What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we'll be talking about the elephant in the room with the 76ers, and that is their bench. Yes, the bench. We all know how the bench has been these past few weeks, these past couple games. It's been very inconsistent. Ever since Shake Milton got injured a few weeks ago, we really saw the bench in its true form, and that true form being the bench isn't much without Shake Milton. He's our primary offensive player off the bench. He's our primary scorer off the bench. He's our primary bucket getter off the bench. And without him, the bench did not play very well most of the time. They had their moments, but they did not play well at all. And even when Shake came back, he was still recovering a little bit. Took him a while to get back, and he's still not quite there. He's had a few nice games, but he's still not quite there. But with that being said, I want to focus on the bench in this video, and I want to shed some light onto the inconsistencies of the Sixers bench, because there are quite a few. So to start, I just want to say that outside of Shake, maybe Dwight Howard, and at times Matisse, we don't really have much of a bench. I'm a huge Furkan Korkmaz fan, but he is very inconsistent, and I don't know if he's going to cut it in terms of another scorer off the bench. Also, the main concern is a backup playmaker and a backup power forward, because Mike Scott is not going to cut it either. He's had his fair share of nice moments with his team, but we need a backup power forward. Mike Scott is not going to cut it, and we need a backup playmaker. Shake Milton and Tyrese Maxey are the backup guards for this team, but they aren't really playmakers. They're point guards, shooting guards, whatever you want to call them, but they're not really playmakers. And we need that off the bench, because we can't have Ben Simmons being our only playmaker on the team, our only real playmaker. Obviously, Tobias Harris is a playmaker in his own way. He can get shots for other players, but off the bench we don't really have a playmaker, and that's a main issue. It's been a main issue. And it will continue to be a main issue until it's fixed. So we really need an extra guy like that off the bench, and a backup power forward, like I just mentioned. So with the trade deadline approaching, not so quickly, but on its way, I feel like Daryl Morey will definitely be in the hunt for those two spots, because he's a smart guy. He knows what this team needs, and he knows that he's going to have to make some moves, whether it be signing guys or making some trades to bolster the roster. But he'll be on the line with a lot of teams for some players, and I'm sure he'll be looking at the free agency market. A few guys that have been mentioned to be tied with the Sixers: DeLon Wright, George Hill, in terms of a backup point guard. DeLon Wright, I feel like, is a better fit because he's a better playmaker, and that's what we need. In terms of backup power forward, I've heard PJ Tucker. I've heard Nemanja Bjelica from the Kings. Both will be suitable backup power forwards. PJ Tucker is a really good defender. He's a good corner three-point shooter, that 3-and-D guy off the bench, which would be nice. Major upgrade over Mike Scott. And then Nemanja Bjelica, he's a good shooter. He's pretty tall for a power forward. I think he's like 6'8". So that'd be nice to have off the bench, because any player is an upgrade over Mike Scott. We have the average backup power forward in Mike Scott, but if we got one of these guys, we'd have an above average or even good power forward as our backup. So other than that, I feel like those are the major needs that need to be addressed on the bench, because right now this bench is not going to cut it, especially when they're off, when they're all having bad nights. Shake Milton, Furkan, Maxey doesn't really get a lot of minutes. I do want to give some credit to Dwight Howard, though. I don't know if I'd mentioned him yet, but he's had a really good season so far. He's one of our most consistent, if not our most consistent bench players. Sorry. But he's been playing really well. So shout out to Dwight Howard. Him and Shake really have been carrying this bench squad, and when Shake's having an off night, it shows. Which is why I believe the Sixers need help on the bench, and why a lot of people also agree with me that the Sixers need help on this bench unit. They need more pieces. You can never have too good of a bench, and the Sixers are a candidate for that. They need more. They need more to help out off the bench. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.